I don't know, especially for us nuts that buy a ton of them.
Hmm.
You know,
That's why I like these. I can get 1,000 of these for 70
almost
bucks.
nothing.
Yeah.
So let's say hello to the folks in here. E-Rock, recognizing my reverse skunk. Folks in here. Beard,
Oh,
recognizing E-Rock from Aldemir.
oh,
Aldemir, how's it going?
there we go.
Dan V.
What's going
Hey,
on, guys?
JP Vapes. I'm wondering if JP Vapes is local to me at all. I'll have to look that up at some point. Mark Brown.
There's Mark. Marky Mark.
What else have we got in here?
Dan.
Billy
Oh,
Orchard.
Elliot. What's going on?
Wow, a lot of activity for just starting up. A lot of hellos. So we've got Kevin from the Beard Shack on tonight.
Hey.
It's something I've been trying to do is whatever I review on Sunday, if they want to come on, invite them along for the following Thursday. And I just recently did a review of your new summer scent, Summer Camp. And I think I've seen 2 reviews so far besides my own. Hey, love them labs.
Ooh, wrong side.
I started thinking that butter would definitely be good to have. Irish and bearded.
Yeah, we've had a
Vado.
few people. Of course, it's hot. And, I mean, here in Texas, it's already 95, 98. I think there's Saturday they're saying it's going to be 100 down here.
Really?
So, if you get it, definitely look at it and see how good it is. But then you may have to do a reset on it.
Yeah.
That way, it'd be nice and smooth, not gritty.
And for anyone that doesn't know what a reset is, basically you remelt it and then resolidify it. Melt it in the microwave, taking it easy because
just a few seconds. Yeah,
those aren't microwave safe containers.
No.
Right?
Oh, yeah. You don't want to microwave for like 10 minutes. You'll melt
it. I usually start off with 10 seconds and then hit it 5 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
Just be extra cautious.
And then just do a little stir and put it in the refrigerator for a little bit. And you'll be good to go.
I want to see if I have any treats here before I call the labs over. Yes, I do.
Uh-oh.
Frank and beans. Got to give the people what they want. Harley, get out of his way. Come on up, Beansy. There we go. Say hello to Love Them Laps. All right, you're done. Come on, Frankie. Up. All right. I have to give them royalties now. Now, E-Rock wants to move to Texas. Everyone wants to move to Texas.
Hey, man.
Except for the 100 degrees. That I could do without.
It's hot, though.
In fact, I've wondered, depending on the part of Texas I move to, I show up at the local bar. I don't know. Are they saloons down there?
Yeah, there are some, but most of them, they've been updated, renovated, and they look fairly new.
I didn't know if it might be a Texas thing that they're not called
bars.
Oh,
I mean,
like there is some, their pubs.
That's just not my life. I don't bar hop, so
yeah. And I was curious, if I were to move down there and they find out I'm from Rhode Island, is there going to be a little bit of hesitation? Is this another one of these freedom-hating folks moving down from the Northeast? Direct Texas.
We say, don't California or Texas for a reason.
Yeah.
But, most people fit in. So we got big arms for big hugs. So,
and Vado says 109 where he is, 140 today. I think 109 tomorrow.
I think he's in California.
Yeah, he's California.
That's a different heat, though.
Well, you're dry, correct?
We got lots of humidity.
Oh,
Lots.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was more of
Mm-mm.
a, desert kind of,
No. Them pine trees, they love that humidity.
Nicholas Z, hello.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah. Ellie Orchard says, no, thank you to that sort of temps. Thought it was 94 here and I'm dying.
Yeah, there's days I sizzle.
Yeah. Around here, the worst weather I can think of is actually a little south for us. Oops. Gonna have to try that later. It's New Jersey.
Mm,
It gets hot and it's super humid. I spent a
yeah.
couple of weeks in New Jersey. I guess in a city that's now the worst city in the whole state. I
Mm.
can't even remember the name of it. I didn't think it was bad back then. But if anyone knows the worst city in New Jersey, let me see if I can look it up, and then it'll come to me.
Yeah, I've only been up north when I was a high schooler. We went to Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then we scooted on over to Niagara Falls right there, and we actually got to cross over the border. It was pretty nice. Different
Oh,
up there.
Newark, New Jersey.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yep, third for the most violent. I
Ooh.
I don't know if I was in a decent part of it or if it's gone to hell since I was there. It must have been 30 years
Right.
ago that I was there.
Just like anywhere you go. I mean, there's parts of Dallas and Houston and Austin, yet you don't walk in. And when I was contracting for AT&T, there was spots over at Shreveport, Louisiana. You don't drive over there at night.
We've got a couple areas where I've been told the police don't go in. It's in Erock says he'd rather have the heat than the cold. I kind of like New England weather. We've got a little bit of everything, 4 seasons are 4 seasons.
Yeah, once my feet and my hands get cold, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, and I'm thinking with the global warming that's supposedly happening, I'm going to have prime real estate here. The new Caribbean up here on the northern coast.
Unless some kind of asteroid hits and gets you some kind of vertical wave going on.
Well, can you see Minecrafty today? I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that. Your I guess your internet's a little slow. We can see you, but you're a little blocky.
Really? Maybe I've got too many things open. Could be part of the problem. Let me close down a couple of things. Damn it. I know what it is. I had my computer guy show up and set up a backup system, and my computer might be in the process of backing up everything right now.
Okay.
And he did mention I might see some sort of problems.
That would be a problem.
So is it super bad or
no? I mean, we can tell it's you, but I mean, it's just like a poor signal type.
Yeah. And Gary, I think I answered this, but Newark, New Jersey. Ellie got it. She probably said that before I said it. Camden, maybe. Newark is the worst in New Jersey. Camden, South Jersey. So, but yeah, so I did summer camp this Sunday. I love the scent. Absolutely love it. And
appreciate it.
In the comment you left, for me, 3 to 4 hours, I thought is super duper good for a
citrus
scent.
Yeah, man. The science. I need to look into why the science is just holds us back on getting a long scent duration on citrus. I've got to figure it out because it just blows my mind.
I don't think there's much to figure out. The longest citrus I've ever smelled was 4 to 5 hours. And if you're at 3 to 4 and the longest I've ever smelled is 4 to 5, I think you're right where you belong.
Okay. Well, I was talking to Kentucky about it, and I was like, man, I think about pumping it up a little bit more because it it's like there, but to me, it just seems like it should last longer, but I know it's citrus. What do you think? And he's like, no, man, it's stout. You can leave it alone right there. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
well, and he was saying 5 to 7 hours.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
because I mean, we'd made a small batch that way I can get like, 10, 15 bottles out and have it ready to go. And I was like, man, I need to, I feel like I need to bump it up, but it's like, I'm in the standards of the IFRA. And so I was like, well, I can add a little bit more, but it's not going to do, it's like you said, it's 4 hours.
It is what it is, kind of
Yeah.
thing. And Bearded Bato agrees. Yep, it lasts a long time. I was perfectly satisfied with the scent strength. I'm used to getting citruses that get maybe 2 hours.
Right.
So 3 to 4 to me is great. If I get 4 to 5, that's amazing. If I get more than 4 to 5, I'm going to start wondering what the hell they're doing to make it last longer than 4 to 5 hours.
If I solve the puzzle, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vato, he actually won that combo on another stream.
And E-Rock is saying something about Rambler from Black Rebel. No idea. I haven't bought that in a long time, but we're talking about Beard Shack today. So now, is that going to be the singular summer scent?
Yes. Yeah, no, we're just doing one, and it only comes in oil and the butter. So, it is what it is. Now, I will say this. JP said, man, I need a soap in that. I was like,
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So
I
I'm going
agree.
Not this week, but next week, I'm going to make a soap in the summer camp. So it may be one of those, okay, limited run. There's only 20 or 15 of them by the time local people get some. But yeah, may. And of course, it takes 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks to cure after I make it.
Oh,
so.
really?
Oh, yeah.
And Pete mentioned he's got Black Amber in tonight, wearing summer camp again tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
I've actually got 1930 in. Am I getting the name right?
Yeah.
Or is it 1830?
Barbershop.
1930. Okay. And Bearded Rudy is working second shift again.
Oh, man.
Poor guy. Black Amber is awesome. In fact, the only thing that bothered me about wearing 1930 today is I really kind of wanted to wear Black Amber. But I'm reviewing a company's barbershop, and it's a traditional barbershop, and I wanted to try a couple other barbershops to compare and contrast.
I know ours is pretty classic, down home, got the talc powder smell to it.
Yeah. Yeah, your 1930 is one of my favorites as far as barbershop. Maybe my favorite. I don't know. I've got another one I really like that's different. It's got a different take on it.
Right.
So, and I've also got a video coming about your mustache wax. To be honest, I ignored it for a long time. I had it. It's something about the container was throwing me off at first. And then I started using it and realizing how much I love that container.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just bring it up a little bit, scrape it off with your thumb or your thumbnail, and it's so much wax for a cheap price.
Oh, yeah. And
5 ounces of mustache wax for $10.
Right. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll pull it off to the side, and then I'll put the wax right here in my thumb on my hair. And then I'll just start styling it from there. Because I trimmed everything up top, I just couldn't handle it. So I've got the sides where they'll go out pretty good.
I actually messed up my mustache. I never mentioned anything because I didn't want to bring attention to it. Basically, the area where a Hitler stash would be, I knocked that down, figuring it wasn't doing anything for me, and it completely screwed up my mustache. Ah, Dagan says your stash wax is one of his favorites.
Yeah.
I'm really, and I'm basically saying everything I'm going to do in the video. I was always into the heavy hold mustache waxes, but I'm finding that a medium hold wax just a little bit ahead of time, because I'm going to be able to disperse that better than a heavy hold wax.
Right.
Heavy hold wax, I heat it up with the dryer, and it doesn't matter. By the time I get here, it's already solidifying.
Right.
But I take your wax and I can get it through the entire mustache. And then if I want to hit the tips with the heavier holds.
Yeah.
And Brian MP78 says he loves his stash wax.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming he means yours, because you're stash wax.
Yeah.
Not mustache wax.
I was thinking I had a bottle. I can get one right quick.
How's it going, Bearded Hoosiers?
That's the beauty about having a little shelf right there.
Yep.
But
yeah,
of course, I want to use this one. But
I think that's the largest amount of mustache wax I've ever seen offered.
Well, you know, some of those guys offered them in the tins in a 1 ounce, but the application wise was just not there. You know, you you said, you had to dig it out and everything. I saw these and I was like, man, this is so easy. Easy.
I really love it as a dispenser. And like I said, to be honest, I had it for a month or two, and I was just so used to my tins that I didn't go to it. Beansy, come here if you're going to make noise. Come on. Come. Beeswax, hippie butter, pine tar. And for me, pine tar is a must. I've got some waxes without pine tar in it. And what I found is if you leave them, you know, it takes a while to use up mustache wax. It could be me, but I feel like they've dried out in that I can no longer use them. You know, if I leave them around for a while.
Right.
And it seems to not work so well that I mean, I haven't even tested it out. I stick the pick in there and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. So I think the pine tar does a lot to keep it going.
Yes.
You know, on the shelf.
And, you know, it also provides that little bit of tack that will help grab those hairs and straighten them out and keep them together.
Yeah. At some point I've got to try a regular wax again without the pine tar, but I don't know. I think I'm hooked on the pine tar. It's super glad you have it indoors. Can everyone hear these dogs making a racket?
Oh, they're happy.
Okay. Well, one of them isn't. One of them wants to get in. The other one's saying no way. So now, have you decided what? Not that I expect you to tell us what it's going to be, but have you decided on your fall scent yet? Is it going to be?
No, actually. So we have 2 things fixing to come out, and I don't have either one of them. Well, no.
Harley, let him through. Come on, Beans. Harley, let him by. Come on, Beans.
I'll give you a little sneak peek.
Sneak peek. Freedom. Oh, 4th of July. That's right. You told me about that.
Yes.
All right.
So this is the big thing. So Freedom is going to be our next big full-blown scent. It is going to have bourbon vanilla, bay rum, and cherry. And man, you just talking about a banger of a scent. We had it when we were the Grassy Grin, and it was our #1 seller.
I'm trying to process that. The bourbon, vanilla, bay rum, and cherry.
Yeah, and don't forget the vanilla in there too.
Yeah, bourbon, vanilla, bay rum, cherry. Got it. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine in my mind what that's going to be like. I'm assuming I'm not always the biggest fan of bourbon, but I'm thinking the bourbon and vanilla are going to work into a nice smooth base.
Oh
And
man,
then,
it's a banger. I'm like I said, it was our number one scent when we were the Grassy Grin, and that was one of the reasons why we had to go out, was because the supplier that we were getting it from went out of business, and so we couldn't find anything. And just here within the last 2 months, I finally found the last ingredient, and yeah, I don't even have a bottle because JP was like, "Ooh, I want this." So I don't even have a bottle. I can't even, but
that
I'll make some more.
that's got to be heartbreaking when you lose a supplier like that. I've
Oh,
talked to a couple of different companies where they either have scents that were great and they don't offer them anymore because they just cannot make it. I know of one company, their bestseller, their supplier said no more. And luckily, he was able to discuss it with the supplier, explain the urgency of why,
oh, Lux. Yeah, I remember
yeah,
you
yeah,
at that
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's up.
wasn't sure if he said that to me on air or off air. So I was, but yeah, Lex mentioned that his 1912 was going to go the way of the dinosaur, and he had
Mhm.
to fight to get that back.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, it's gonna be a banger. But
Yeah.
so we got Freedom that's coming, and that's the oil label right there. And of course, we got Bombs, Butters, Soap, Wax, also in that scent. But we did a collab, excuse me, with a local company called Antioch Outfitters. The couple of cool guys, Kyle and Brandon. They also go to our church,
Hey, Mike.
and they own a business together, like JP and I, called Antioch Outfitters, and they have outdoor gear and also truck and car accessories. And so they were like, "Hey, I want to do something different." And I was like, "All right, what do you want to do?" And he's like, "I want to do a rope on a soap. We're doing outdoor gear, outdoor survival, rope on a soap. You put the little soap on a hook outside, while you're showering.
Yep.
I was like, all right, well, you'll have your own scent. We'll do your own custom label. We'll get the details. We're hashed out. And so on the Father's Day, that will release, and it's a
Oh,
warm, spicy, woodsy scent. I forget everything that went into it.
and got a little Instagram thing pop up. Yeah, I got confused there for a second. So the old scent is coming out, and that's the one that was the number one. That's
Yeah,
not freedom.
freedom.
This is gonna.
Freedom's number one, and
So which
I
one's the bourbon vanilla?
freedom.
Okay, and the one you just talked about with the woodsy.
That's going to be called Antioch,
Okay, all right.
being that their company name is Antioch Outfitters. That it'll be a collab with them. I don't know all the details. I hadn't got all hashed out yet about what website it's going to be on and stuff, but it's going to be all customized for their needs. So
Okay, and so they're going to be offering yours.
yes,
Okay.
I did a different soap blend, or a different formulation. It has beeswax, aloe vera in it. It's got palm, castor, and olive oil, and I think one or two other things. And I mean, it's a 5 ounce block that is on a rope. And I mean it. And so far, Brandon, he's used it, and he shaves. He keeps a low profile goatee. Every once in a while, he'll do like a chin strap or something like that.
Yep.
But he shaves, and he said that he's been shaving with the soap. It lathers that good.
Oh wow. In fact,
So
I'm sorry. Pete said my camera was blurry. Let's
no,
see
that's
if
what we
that.
were talking about, the pixelation.
He said blurry. And I think right now my computer is doing that backup thing. I don't think it didn't even occur to me that could be, a hassle. I've got a lot of files on my computer, and
Well, yeah, you're a
with
busy
all the
tax guy.
videos that I keep,
Busy tax guy, busy YouTuber. I mean, lots of files.
I'm finally going to be one of those guys that I didn't really have a backup plan.
Oh man, you need a 3-2-1 backup plan.
Well,
That is a must.
all my critical files are in a cloud-based application.
That's one.
Well, no, they're backed up by them.
Right.
Thomson Reuters, they're a national company.
Okay.
And yeah, so everything is backed up, everything is retained. The only thing I have that I could lose are Excel spreadsheets and things like that.
Right.
So if I were to lose everything, lightning hit my computer, it'd be a hassle, but it wouldn't be that bad.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just like I cracked my phone the other day, and it was right there in the bottom right-hand corner where your thumb just always scrolls, and it was just eating my thumb up, right? Making it super tender. And I literally just got it back today, and I was all the files, man, all the apps, and I mean it's sitting here just going, downloading stuff.
Aldemir thinks one of my dogs like the camera. It's these little bastards that did it. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at my picture and it looks relatively clear.
Yeah, I think your computer's just it's got a lot of resources being consumed right now, and so pushing everything out to the internet, and maybe even pushing your data out towards the internet to be backed up too.
Yeah.
Has that.
Yeah, and I have a pretty hardcore computer, so when I got a PC, I got something that was basically server level computer. I just figured, let me get something really good if I'm going to rely on it. And so, but I guess my internet feed is only so much. I wonder if I could halt that.
You may. I don't know. I don't know what program or how it's all the software is different. I appreciate that, Michael. Actually, this is the one Dagan and I did some trading whenever he did an upgrade, and I got his old one. And the crazy thing about it is I can take this microphone and plug it into my Android phone, and it'll pick up and start working.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean via Bluetooth?
No.
Plug it right in.
USB-C cable.
I wonder if mine has that. I don't think so. I don't even know if this is really doing anything different than my old one did. I mean, I thought, like you said, when you had your $20 setup, I had a $20 one too. In fact, I thought you paid $25 for yours, and I paid $20 for mine. Because I remember one day when you said you spent $25, I said, "Oh, Kevin, what are you, big spender?"
Yeah, I mean, it's old school. Got the printer port on it and everything. I mean, it's still a good mic, but when I saw that Dagan upgraded, I was like, hey, what you doing with the other? I mean, who doesn't like a good upgrade,
Now, what does that one go for if you had to buy it?
I think Ken, the content creator, did a video on it. I think it's like $40 or $50. It's not bad.
Okay. Wow. I get ripped off then. I think this one was about 140.
Ooh.
I knew it was a name brand that was reliable.
That was good and reliable. Yeah.
I figured I'm better off spending 140 than spending 40, not liking it, and then spending 140 again afterwards.
Because then you got to package it up, ship it back, or take it back. Yeah, it's a hassle.
I mean, if it's not broken, I'm not going to ship it back. If I just made a bad choice, it's my problem.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Freedom coming out. I'm wondering if I already have. Do I have that?
No.
Okay.
JP's the only one. I mean, just as soon as I made a bottle,
I've got so much of your stuff that I'm thinking to myself, Freedom. Do I remember seeing that name? That sounds awesome. I'm still having a hard time picturing what it's gonna, the end result is gonna be. A lot of scents with cherry are cherry top heavy.
And it don't take much cherry. And when you're mixing scents, cherry, man, it'll explode and just be potent. So you got to be
Yeah,
real
yeah.
careful with it.
And I was curious, what do you use do you make your oils in a batch and then divvy it up?
I'll make them in small batches, like, I don't know, 50 or so at a time, sometimes more. Sometimes I'll make it in a whole gallon. And then I use a pump system, and works great for small batch because we'll do certain scents all together, and then each scent will have its own bottle, so everything's just a pump is at that point. But there's times that I'll run out of it, and then I've got to go make the scent and then add the nude oil to it. I've done that several times.
I know there's some owners out there that make them by the bottle, and it's always occurred to me that, to me anyway, that would really restrict you because
well, it's like right now, as you see, I've kind of got let me get my pointer finger, there we go. I've got those are bombs, and then we got butters right here.
Okay.
And so I'm getting ready for a festival, and I've got to make like 40 more butters tonight. We got a festival over in Longview, Texas, Saturday, and it's going to be an all-day event. I'm guessing 40, 20 of one scent, 20 of another, and that's all I like. And then start working on some samples that way.
And I was talking about companies that make them.
Yes.
Make the scent per bottle. To me,
right.
That seems like it would really restrict you. If you've got something where you're working with the cherry and you want a quarter of a drop.
Yeah. No, you've got to weigh it out. When you really start getting into scents and making your own scents and perfumery, now I'm no expert. I'll say that right now. I am no expert. But eventually, when you step up and you want to start making some big, batches or even just consistent batches, you've got to weigh everything.
Yeah. I would think you've got to be working with at least like 10 ounces at a time, 10 ounces of product before you can even get into really fine tuning a scent.
Right. I normally try to do, I don't know, 5 to 15, 16 ounces. It kind of depends.
Yeah.
I get those stainless steel bottles, and they've got some good caps that seal them off, and that way everything's just right there, doesn't escape. Sometimes I like to use glass on certain scents. That way it just helps me mentally, okay, that was in that bottle, this was in that bottle,
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. And in the process, how many scents do you have that came to completion that we've never seen?
Oh,
hundreds.
There was some good ones, and there was like, no, this don't do this.
Now, do you have a bit of a treasure chest of scents?
Yeah. Well, I've got some pre-mixed ones, and I've got some colognes that are, already made up, because like the aquatic stuff, don't get me wrong, when you get to be a master perfumer, you can make your own aquatic, I'll say perfume, but a cologne, and it'll be great. But most everyone in the beard game, besides Lux, is the only one that I really know. They use pre-made clones or whatnot. And I've got some pre-made stuff, but I also add my own.
I was thinking more in terms of scent profiles that you've come up with. That that if you wanted to, you had to, for whatever reason. Walmart wants to put you in their stores, but they want 10 new scents. Do you have a bunch of scents already like set down? That
I do, but you always want a really good scent, and some of those were, they were mediocre.
Yeah.
To me, there was something wrong with them, and that's why they didn't come out. Now, to my nose is different than your nose, and your flavor is, or your liking of the scent profile is different than my liking,
Oh
because
yeah.
everyone's different. Like you read off some of these that are some of the companies are doing, and there's like A, B, X, Y, and a little bit of U in there. But I mean, it's crazy. And then you smell it, and it's like there is no way this works, but it does. It does.
Yeah. I hear you there. I see some scent profiles. One of the reasons I kind of like samples is it gives me a chance to try some of those scents that I figured there's no way I'm going to like this. And Michael says he loves the Greek. Just wishes it was stronger, but it's so good.
Well, that goes back to that IFRA stuff.
You got to stay within.
Got to stay within limits and stuff. So, and Bay Rum is really good. Don't get me wrong, but we were thinking about dropping it due to not a whole lot of sales. But it is a really, really good scent.
And Pete wants to know if you can do a beard wash and beard soaps.
Well, as far as
beard soaps. Pine Tar, yeah, he's got beard soap. I think he's talking about more of an everyday type.
Every day. I mean, our soaps are, semi-stripping that will clean out the product, our bar soaps. Yep. Now, I'm still working on liquid soap. I mean, it's like I'm still playing around with it, and I've even got my very first batch that I played with. And I mean, I'm working on it, but it's still going to be October, maybe November.
Pete says he used the 1930 soap sample tonight, and that it was phenomenal. I'm wearing 1930 oil and butter. I love that scent. Love it, love it, love it.
It's a good one, man. It is absolutely a good one.
But yeah, Black Amber, I think is
most
people's favorite.
Man, I tell you what, I've created that one for the ladies for just a soap. Every guy that came by the in the festival, when we were doing festivals every weekend, I was like, hey, smell this. And, they were noticing that I wasn't saying, hey, smell this, Black Amber. Yeah. And so, they'd pick it up and like, oh, I want this. And I was like, no, man, that's just the bar. That's for the ladies. Come back over here. Stay over here. It's like, no, that's a good scent. I want that.
E-Rock is asking if your soaps are beard safe, made for washing the beard.
Yeah,
I would think so.
Absolutely. And they'll do tiny bubbles. I don't know the difference between big bubbles and little bubbles is the little tail of the, I forget the molecule. I forget the real word of it, but
Dagan did that thing. It looks like a sperm.
Yeah. But it's got little bubbles, and the Pine Tar is even smaller, but it's good stuff too.
Well, the tail is smaller, or
no. The bubble is small, so it means that the tail is long.
Okay. From what I remembered of and I thought this was a great video from Dagan. The way he explained it is that the more it's sudsing up and foaming up, actually, kind of the less cleaning it's doing.
Well, the big bubbles.
I think he was saying that the long. I get what you say. He was saying that the longer the tail, the more lather, but the shorter the tail, the less lather and the more cleaning effectiveness.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I've slept since then.
That's one of those videos that I've got to go back and see how well it did, because I thought that was a great video.
Oh, yeah.
It did an awesome job of explaining that. And what did Aldemir say? For those prison guys, they're going to love it. So we've got Freedom. And for some reason, I thought you said Freedom was coming out some time ago on July 4th.
That's it. July 4th, freedom.
I thought you just
Now,
said it was coming out Father's Day.
no. That's Antioch.
Oh, okay.
Antioch's coming out on Father's Day.
Got it.
But I'm still working on Coach, and it had cherry and tobacco, it had Kentucky bourbon, and man, it had like a few other things in it. But I'm thinking more probably November also on that scent. But I'm trying to work on a good coffee scent, and it'd be a seasonal deal. I figured that'd be a good fall seasonal scent with coffee.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking kind of a blueberry coffee, but I don't know yet.
that's tough. I mean, with coffee, you can do so many different things. And coffee is one of those scents where I'll try one. I'll be like, man, I love this.
Right.
And then
Man, I hate this.
A month later, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking. I can't stand it. I used to even like black coffee. I got on this kick where I got 3 or 4 different black coffees, and then within a few weeks decided that it wasn't for me anymore. I just, plain black coffee wasn't doing anything.
Right. Our number one seller right now on as far as internet sales is the Black Amber.
Oh, did someone ask that?
Yeah, Pete did.
Yeah, I mean, Black Amber is just awesome. I did get it. I saw a Brian Beards and Banjos review of it, and I remembered him talking about how complex it was.
Right.
And I kind of felt bad. I'm sitting there saying, I don't remember it being complex. I just like it, and it made me, I mean, I never did a review of it, so maybe I would have given it some more thought, but just using it to enjoy it, I never thought of it as a complex scent. I just thought of it as a good scent. But
well, I mean, everybody's nose is different. Some people can pick out every little detail.
Yeah.
Like Lux, I mean, I'm sure he's got a sniffer on him, but I mean, sometimes mine gets burnt out trying to make products.
I think I probably just didn't even try to figure it out. I just put it in, enjoyed it, and said, good enough for me,
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to review it, and I always get a kick out of the difference between when I first get a scent. A lot of times I can't remember what's in it, and I'll just put it in and try and figure out what's in it. And the way my perception changes once I read what the actual scent profile is, what I thought was apple is now, whatever,
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, is you list this grocery list of scents, and it's like, how did this work out to be so good?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to freedom.
Yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to that, and I mean, I'm gonna start working on it next week. Like I said, we got that festival Saturday, so I'll be making product like crazy, and then Friday night I'll be packaging, where we can put it all in truck, and Saturday morning just get in and go.
And I'm kind of curious when you mentioned that. I'm still trying to envision the blueberry coffee. Would it be a dark blueberry coffee or a light?
See, and like I said, I don't know. I'm still waiting on a few things to come in the mail that I ordered, and so you order like 2 or 3 different coffees and 2 or 3 different blueberries. One from this company, one from that company. Because no one makes the same blueberry.
Yeah,
no one makes the same coffee. So,
yeah, and there must be some other folks out there that I wouldn't even know what the base products are that, I guess you've got to be a perfumer to really do everything from scratch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so I was watching a video on it so I could learn a little bit more about it. And this guy, of course, he was an amateur, but he had over 300 bottles, different ouds, different berries, different this, different that. And I mean, it was just mind blowing. And he's like, yeah, this bottle was $100. Yeah, this was $6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then you look at his setup, and he's got like 6 shelves that are on the wall and everything. I mean, just
And this
I
stuff
mean,
is going to have a life on it. It's not good forever, I would
right.
think.
And that's the other thing about it. Some of that stuff does have shelf life. So
And I don't know if this is a suggestion from Aldemir. Black coffee, cinnamon cream, scent blueberry.
oh, I'll have to look into that.
No, please don't. Don't look into the cinnamon.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like cinnamon, but I tell you what, we had cinnamon in our Christmas scent. It was an apple bourbon. Oh, cinnamon on the tail end. I forget what it was, the other part, but man, it was fir. We had fir, cypress, and something else in there. Turned out great.
I've got had a peach and oud scent with just a hint of cinnamon at the
Mhm.
back of it. And I got it. I knew there was cinnamon, but it was just a pinch. And I, I didn't even dislike it, but it just annoyed me.
Right.
It the scent would have been great without it. And I think I gave it away to my brother. I'm not sure he ever used it. And E-Rock is saying campfire scent. I'm
Some
not
people love them, some people don't. I remember when we were the Grassy Grand, we had over 80 cents.
really.
Yeah, keeping up with it was horrible. Um, and Campfire by itself was one, or Campfire and leather, or Campfire and this, and we had a coffee, and we had like 2 or 3 different coffees, and I mean, it was mind blowing.
I,
I mean, I have more room now, and I'm just scratching my head like, how did I do this
yeah. How did you
back
manage
then?
that?
You
It,
know,
in fact, I'm gonna say I'm kind of on the fence as far as smoke. I don't mind it. I'm not sure I love it. One thing I'll tell you is if I hear about a smoke scent from a company that uses all essential oils, I don't want any part of it because they're gonna get a bunch of spices together and say that's smoke. And
right?
it's just a bunch of spices. And Ellie had, I think, a suggestion. Coffee and cayenne Mexican hot chocolate. Style smells amazing and tastes great too.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe a coffee chocolate, um, uh, with a blueberry or fruit, in there. It's fall. You're supposed to be all cozy and wrap around with a blanket. And that's what I was kind of thinking, because every time I do a scent, especially like summer camp. All right, so my theme, my thought process behind summer camp was, okay, what would summer smell like? All right, and then I'm picturing myself on a hammock, right? And I got some grapefruit, and I'm just enjoying the afternoon. I get a little bit of this, I get a little bit of that, and let's work from there. And that's kind of how I work. I don't. Everyone's a little different, and I'm
Yep,
just
yep. I
I'm just that way.
I love I love citruses, but if I was going to pick a citrus that might be on the bottom of my citrus list, it'd probably be grapefruit.
Mm,
After lime and orange and some
right,
different
right,
things.
right,
But because of the harshness of it, but the way you do it, it's there and it's fresh and
right.
it's smooth. Just wonderful scent. I love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And so
I,
I was wondering if anyone has any questions for Kevin of the Beard Shack.
yeah, ask away.
When I saw mint in summer camp, I was like, yeah, I mean, I would have said the same thing. If I was shopping on your site and I saw mint, I'd be afraid.
That's one of the. I
You know,
mean, like you said, like I was
right.
saying earlier, I mean, you take all these things and you just put them all in a bag, and you shake them all up, and then, poof, that's the best thing ever.
Yeah. But so Vado's agreeing. He would have felt the same way. And it is not a problem. To me, it's sort of like spearmint. If done right, really
Right.
just helps to buttress a citrus and
That's
not
right.
stand out on its own. Russ Young,
There
I
he
guess
is.
he's got a rotten work schedule or a dumb one. Russ is a great guy. He supports everybody.
I see him
So
around a lot. I try to make a bunch of stuff, but when I get busy, because I got a 40-hour week job, and then I've got this on the, I wouldn't call it the side, but I come home and I start doing this.
yeah,
I
and
mean, I stay busy. And so I try to make everyone's, YouTube and then Instagram and all that. And man,
it's tough. Yeah,
sometimes there ain't enough hours in a day.
yeah, it can be a job in itself. And Michael's got a question. Would you say now 1930 is powdery mostly?
No, I wouldn't say mostly powdery, but it's
I'm
there.
gonna just mute this while I'm gonna take this.
All right. I would definitely say that it's not the main ingredient or the main scent, but it is there. It is probably 2 or 3 that you'll pick out first whenever you smell it. So,
Sorry, that was my mommy dearest, and she
uh-oh.
had already called 3 times. She wasn't giving up.
Got to talk to mom.
And what did you say about the powdery?
I was saying that it is high on the list, but it's not the most prominent in the barbershop. It might be the second or third thing that you smell, but it is a talc forward scent.
To me, if you want to be an OG barbershop, you kind of don't
Yes.
have a choice.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
what I was shooting for.
Yeah.
It was an absolutely 1930 era that, was talc forward. You get out of that seat and he goes whap whap with the towel. All you see is powder everywhere.
And it's funny, before I had started using beard products, if you had asked me what scent do you think you'd like, would you like this? I would have thought I would hate barbershops.
Mhm.
Just the idea of talcum powder would have kind of turned me off, but it's one of my favorite scent profiles. Especially, I love the OG barbershops. These kind of, what do I call them? Binos, barbershops in name only. With there's so many twists to a barbershop.
Oh yeah.
That the only thing about being a barbershop is that they called it one. Yeah. Yes, she will. That's why I call her mommy dearest. Very violent. In fact, my mother's 79 years old. Until the COVID started, she was working out in a gym with free weights 3 days a week.
Oh,
I've got some friends that used to work out at the same gym she did, and I guess they called her the machine because she's an old lady pumping iron.
mixed 1930 in bay rum. I think I've done that before. I don't remember how it turned out. And of course, my mixing is different than your mixing. So I'll have to try that out with some oil and butter, though.
Well, I think he's saying just do it on your own. Get a bottle of 1930 and a bottle of bay rum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I tried that in the back end and tried that, and I don't think I liked it. I think that something was up with it. But
I was thinking more in terms of he's saying I'm going to buy a bottle of bay rum and I'm going to buy a bottle of 1930.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying on the back end on my side, where I'd taken a final of both products and like, okay, let me just play around and see what I come up with. Because like you said, like you asked earlier, how many scents do you have in the back? What's up, Daniel?
Ellie, I answered it, so no beating coming tonight. Ooh, who was that? Daniel the Bearded. How's it going, Daniel? I wonder, am I still choppy? Have I been choppy this whole time?
Yeah, you've been pixelated. You are now the new Minecraft. Mine. Yeah.
GTB. Yeah, that's what Michael was talking about doing at home. In fact, that might be maybe one of your only scents I don't have is the bay rum. I know I've tried it, but I don't think I've got it in a full bottle. I'll have to check because I'm thinking now I'd like to do what who mentioned that? I'm getting confused now. Who said that?
Yeah, so he's doing a lot of
Michael.
backup.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm doing a backup. I had my computer guy come in, and right now everything on my computer is being backed up to the cloud, and I didn't think ahead that it would mess up the live stream. And we're so close to the end. I was going to try and go in there and pause it, but we've got like 4 minutes left. So,
oh, you're good.
I've never seen Daniel's stream having a hard time.
Oh, I mean, he's canceled some of them, and he's also had other people, I guess, start it, and then he's the guest, even though it's his channel, because of internet issues like that.
Yeah, when you first said it, I was kind of surprised because everything I've got is, pretty good quality stuff.
Right. Well, it's the upload speed that's
yeah. I probably should have during the beginning tried to log in, but I don't even know the passwords. My computer guy took them down, and I usually keep them, but so it is what it is. We've got like 4 minutes left, so sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
at
everyone.
least the sounds good. That's what really matters, is that way you can hear it.
If 8-Bit was in here, he'd probably love it. old time live stream. I remember years ago when everything would just kind of float down the screen. It'd take take like 3 minutes for a picture to load.
Man, it was horrible. And the screeching noise every time AOL would get online.
Oh yeah.
You've got mail.
So we've talked about the new scents that are coming out. Do you want, before we wrap up, just kind of mention those again, the two that you've got coming up very soon?
Yeah, we got so on July 4th, we will have Freedom. And so it's going to be a bourbon vanilla with bay rum and cherry. And then we did a collab with another company here in Carthage. And so that scent is going to be called Antioch, and it is a spicy, woodsy scent. But it's a good scent though.
And
that's going to be on Father's Day.
Is the Soap on a Rope going to be available on your site or just their site?
Either way, it's going to be linked. If we don't have it, it'll be linked. Like I said, either
From
way,
your site, you'll be able to get to their site.
Right. And I want to say it's $12, but it's a good 5 ounce or more. I forget, but it's Soap on a Rope. You can't beat it. So if you're going to, camping or whatnot, you can take it with you. It's got beeswax in it, so therefore it lasts a super long time.
Now, why didn't you say if you're going camping or to prison,
But yeah, so Brandon, the one of the owners of the company, he said it lathers so good that he's been shaving with it. So that's good stuff.
And the last thing I wanted to mention, because I was kind of shocked, I did make a video about your mustache wax, but I just did a video about summer camp, so I didn't want to do it right away. But that is a 5 ounce mustache wax for $10.
So ready to go.
Incredibly good deal.
Camera. It's all about camera. But yeah, and also something that you may have noticed or may not have noticed, that, or you will notice, is that we have actually switched to a waterproof label.
Ooh, I thought they were.
No, they weren't.
Oh.
They weren't waterproof, but they are super black and super shiny now.
Oh, wow.
So that's a big upgrade for us.
I could have sworn they were waterproof before.
I mean, they did a really good job. Of course, we do all labels. We do everything in house here. I mean, from labeling, creative design on the labels to printing them out, cutting them up.
What do you use for a label maker?
Silhouette.
Okay, it's not. I've wondered with the regular Dymo, could I be doing labels?
It'd probably one color, but yeah, you could.
I could have. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I think it's black and white only.
Yeah.
In fact, Ferocious Spirit, I think he was getting away with the Dymo until he went to color, and then
because he was handwriting a lot of stuff.
some
of it was blank, and they fill in. Some of his customized or custom scents he was writing on them.
Really, I thought the only one that wrote them was 607.
Maybe I'm getting them confused.
Yeah.
I do that too.
Yep. Well, everyone, there is a live stream that starts at 9:00, and I don't like to step on their toes, and keep people from going there. So with that, I think we're going to call it a wrap. Thank you, Kevin, much for coming in. Thank you, everybody that's here, for stopping by. And I'm getting noises on my phone. I did talk to my mom, but it was briefly. They've got a timeshare that they actually use up here in Jamestown. It's a little vacation island.
Right.
So they expected me to go there tonight, but instead I'm taking my little one there with me tomorrow.
There you go.
So tomorrow will be a day off. So with that, any last words before?
Hey, thanks for having us on, man. It's a pleasure always.
Don't forget about the releases coming up. Father's Day.
Yep.
Well, the one that just came out, Summer Camp.
Summer Camp was July 4th, and we're going to be blowing up Instagram and Facebook, and we might even make a video and put it on YouTube. You never know.
I am really loving the sound of that Freedom.
Oh, it's banger. It is good.
All right, guys. So we're going to call it a night, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, guys. Y'all take it easy.